Okay, everybody, welcome to Green Vibes Podcast. We are a new episode today. I am Kleber,
I am Erica.
and today we are here with our special guest. It's Danijela Kovac.
Yes.
Am I right? Okay.
Thank you.
So, Danijela, she's the owner and the founder of Teetotaler. How do I say this word? man?
Teetotaler Wines.
Teetotaler
Yes.
wine. No, for me, immigrant is very hard to say some words.
We try a lot at
Yeah.
home.
We try, but oh man, don't put some
I'm
words.
so sorry. I don't mean
Some-
it for it to be a tongue twister, but it is a teetotaler wine.
It's my tongue here. Okay, it's a challenge for me by the end of this interview, this conversation,
we'll
to
get
say
it.
this name.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's the founder and the owner of this company, this amazing company I'm gonna show you. We are gonna talk about your company today, your job, what your amazing, great job that you are doing here. But before, I'm gonna start with one celebration, right? We are gonna start March, right? March is a International Women's Day, so we are gonna celebrate here. She brought here for us some 2 bottles of wine. Let's open one and celebrate here International Women's Day.
Sounds
You can help me with another bottle also if you want.
Give them a try. So I brought you today. There are 5 with the Teetotaler Wines line. There is a red, a white, a rosé, and then we
Mhm.
have the sparkling white and the sparkling rosé.
Okay, so
So
this is
we'll
rosé, this is
yeah.
what? Let's open this one first.
Sparkling
Let's-
white. Let's do
Let's try this one first. Open here. That's amazing! What?
Yeah.
So for the first, I even
That
told
was
you here,
close.
that's perfect.
it. Yeah, just be careful. Don't pour too. It's gonna overflow. Be careful. That's
Okay,
good.
That's okay, no
it's okay.
problem.
Let's grab some other glasses. This is lovely.
That's amazing. This is lovely. I love it. A little bit more here. This one also.
It's great.
Okay, so for the first one, I'm gonna offer for my wife, right? For the most beautiful woman in the world. So happy Women's Day.
Thank
and for my
you.
guest.
Cheers.
Here's a treat.
Cheers.
Cheers
Cheers,
for all.
guys.
So
It's not as
This-
cold as it should be, but
this
Yeah.
is amazing, right?
mhm.
So we are drinking here, so we can drink and work. I think, right? That's not a problem with
Definitely,
this beautiful wine, this amazing wine,
yes.
and it tastes good
Thank you.
because it's no alcohol, right?
Yes.
These wine are made with no alcohol. It's zero. Yeah, I can see here it's 0 alcohol. So I want you to explain because for me sometimes or for some people's wine with no alcohol, it looks like grape juice,
Mhm.
which is not, right?
Definitely not.
So Daniela, explain to us what's the difference? Why your wine there is no alcohol and what's the benefit for this wine for us?
Yeah, definitely. With Teetotaler Wines, Teetotaler Wines is a line of non-alcoholic wines that are made and imported from Spain. They are de-alcoholized, so they are made the traditional way, fermentation of grape juice and French and American oak barrels, and then they are de-alcoholized through a vacuum distillation process. So yeah, it's definitely not grape juice. It is wine,
Uh-huh.
but wine where the alcohol has been removed.
Yes.
Yes.
So, that's my question. I think most of the people has the same question. To make a wine, we need to add the alcohol because let's imagine for people that never know, like me, I don't know nothing about wine.
Yeah.
It's just grapes. What part alcohol is added to this? Because you said that you need to remove the alcohol, right? You need to take out that's a process to remove alcohol.
Yes.
But what part of the wine that you add the alcohol?
Well, it's through the fermentation process that creates the alcohol.
Okay, so
Yes.
when you do the fermentation for
Yes.
the grapes,
Yes.
right? So it comes while alcohol will be there.
Exactly. So then you have your real wine product there, but to remove the wine, to remove the alcohol, we do there's a few options out there for dealcoholization, but Teetotaler Wines uses a vacuum distillation process.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. And why you decide? Because how long you have your company? This company is created. How long?
So Teetotaler Wines has been around since the fall of 2020. For myself,
It's a pretty new company.
Yes, very brand new.
Yeah.
I'm a teetotaler myself. I have been for almost 12 years now. I am someone who does not drink alcohol. So yeah, for many years, as I've said in the past, for many years, I didn't have anything good to drink. There were no options out there. On the occasion, yes, there was a non-alcoholic beer available.
Yeah, exactly.
As you know, but what else? What are my options? I go to a restaurant, fine dining restaurant. I'm ordering a very expensive meal, and here I am being forced to drink water, pop, juice, and really, when you think about it, that's not fair, and it really is not a great experience, right? So, sorry about that. So just a few years in, I actually discovered non-alcoholic wines, fell in love, like. When I purchased I was walking through the grocery store and I came across the section where they sell non-alcoholic wines. And it's interesting because for I didn't walk by that area. There's pop and so on. And I didn't, I would never go down that aisle until I discovered the non-alcoholic wine.
Because as you said, most of the people we talk about beers, right? Beers, it's common.
Yes.
Right? There's no alcohol. I know about the beers many years ago because my father, he had diabetes, so he used it to drink beer, but with no alcohol.
Exactly.
So for me, it's very common about beer, but wine for me, it's new.
But it's the same thing,
Right?
It's the same idea, right? I grabbed a couple bottles, brought it home, chilled them, and when they were ready to have my first sip, I took a piece of cheese, took a sip of the wine, ate the cheese. And I was ecstatic. Like literally, I was jumping for joy that I finally had an adult beverage that I can consume with my favorite dishes that did not contain alcohol.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think that it's not necessary alcohol, right? When you are with friends or with by the end of the day, I think you can enjoy a lot this kind of wine.
Oh, definitely.
By the end of the day, you just work all the day, you are tired, you get home. You drink one like that.
Yeah, and it's not just, listen, for me, I definitely need to stay away from alcohol. It doesn't do my body any good. I went many years, unfortunately, for myself, I cannot consume alcohol. It made my life very messy, and I had to make a choice that, there were some options there, and I chose to no longer consume alcohol. And there are those out there who it's not about, any issues, just they're choosing for health reasons, they're choosing for religious reasons and so on. And these particular wines definitely, fill that gap where we want to enjoy something that is mature, that is complex, that goes really well with dishes that only wine can be paired with.
Yes, exactly.
But you don't want the mind-altering aspect of it. So, which is very important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And do you find that difficult by the beginning? Because as you said, you didn't know much about no alcohol wine. And did you find any difficult to find people that work with you or to open your company? What's the worst part, the hardest part for your company when you started?
Actually, I'm really lucky. I think for me, I was in the right place at the right time. Back in, the fall of 2020, we were going through the pandemic, as you know.
Yes, exactly. It's just a beginning, right? You opened your company in the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah,
in 2020.
Exactly. Now, you got to understand, like here I am. Prior to Teetotaler Wines, I did have a blog called The Teetotaler's Guide to Good Food and Drinks, where I was sharing about non-alcoholic beverages and just what's going on in the world, within non-alcoholic options and with the sober community and so on. But yeah, with the pandemic and with choosing to move ahead and create my own line of non-alcoholic wines, there was just this moment where others like myself were looking for the same type of options. So I'm really lucky that at the very same time, a sober community started to grow, a sober movement started to take place, not only locally in Canada, but in the US and on a global scale. So throughout the world, we have this global, this sober movement happening, which made it really easy, to not easy, but yeah, it was pretty simple, I guess, to get the wines out there. So I'm lucky that everything worked out the way it did. So.
Yeah, because if we think during the start of the pandemic,
Yeah.
most of the business was starting closing.
Yes.
And it's difficult. It was a difficult time for
Yeah.
many small business, even the big
Oh,
business,
for
right?
sure.
It was very hard time at the beginning. And you start your business
Yeah.
at this hard time,
You know,
right?
yeah.
At the beginning of the pandemic.
I will say that I'm very lucky. Like my previous profession, which I just left, was in the construction industry. So I come from residential construction. I had my own little business going on where I was providing customer care services to the construction industry. So I didn't miss a day of work during this pandemic. I'm grateful, you know.
Exactly.
The work that I was doing was considered essential. But I, at the time, being so busy and dealing with the pandemic, I needed a creative outlet, which then led me to start my blog again, because I had a blog such as the Teetotaler's Guide to Good Food and Drinks many years ago. But anyway, started that up and then came across this opportunity to, you know, not only sell non-alcoholic wines, but create my own business out of it. So yeah, that's how it started. And I know with the pandemic, unfortunately, many people did lose their jobs, especially within the
Exactly, yeah.
hospitality industry was heavily affected. I know a lot of people started drinking. And then during that time, many began to question their level of drinking and to reevaluate their relationship with alcohol, which then in turn, they were looking for other options, which here we are, you know, and
Exactly.
it's
And
yeah.
do you think that it's something related, as you said, because now after when the pandemic starts, most
Yeah.
of the people start to get on quarantine, and right? That we said, oh, that's the quarantine. That's what happened with us. Lockdown, everything.
Yeah.
Do you think at that time most of the people start drinking,
Yeah.
even alcohol or not, and this party help you with this? What do you think about that? Because if the people stay more time at home,
Exactly.
they want to drink something.
Or
right?
they're bored and they
They're
have
bored,
no other
exactly.
option.
They're
And
bored.
what else are they going to do but have a drink?
And I think it's a concern for most of the family, even for the government. People
course.
start to drink alcohol
Yeah.
instead,
Yeah.
like this option, right? And do you think that your business is growing because of this? Because the peoples can switch for no alcohol instead alcohol that they are drinking more?
I think the pandemic created this moment for the non-alcoholic beverage industry on a whole. You know, others were looking for something a little bit more adult-like, more complex, and there was just a moment where, and again with Teetotaler Wines, just being at the right place at the right time, where
Exactly.
you know people wanted other options that were not juice or pop or a bottle of water, and definitely not grape juice. So it's not grape juice.
No.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying grape juice. Please don't say grape.
Let me say that again. It's not grape juice.
It's much better. It's much right.
I'm kidding.
And even that we are talking about grape juice. Let's say the benefits of wine. Right?
Yes.
You go to the doctor. The doctor always said, oh,
Exactly.
drink 1 bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Right. But they never say alcohol or no alcohol. So no alcohol. It's the same thing as the same
thing.
benefits.
Yeah.
What's the benefit for this no alcohol wine?
I think it's better.
Just
Of course, because you
It
don't
should be
have the
much-
negative effects of alcohol.
Yeah.
So, you know, when the doctor's telling you to drink, have a glass of wine with dinner for the health benefits, it really is just one glass every once in a while. It's really not to have, a few glasses or a bottle per day with your dinner, Now, the alcohol is, ethanol. It is, I'm not here to make any scientific type comments, but I think we all know the negative impacts that alcohol has on our bodies, on our minds, on our spirit,
Exactly.
So sorry, my phone keeps dinging. Forgive me. I'm not my watch.
No, don't worry.
But yeah, and with Teetotaler Wines or any non-alcoholic wine that has been de-alcoholized, you do have the same benefits, but we've removed the one item that is not a benefit, is the alcohol. So the health benefits of resveratrol, the health benefits that you get from fermented grape juice, you still get it from non-alcoholic wines, because that's what it is. It's wine that's just been de-alcoholized.
That's so. If you think right, as she said, it's much better,
It's
right?
much better.
Definitely.
Definitely, it's much better. You get this no alcohol instead with alcohol.
Yeah.
For people like me, it's the same because I have fibromyalgia.
Okay.
And when I enjoy from some friends all the time is with alcohol, and I don't know why I can drink because I took medications at home.
Okay.
No. So it's a great options today.
Exactly. No, for sure.
Yeah, people that, as she said, that people that are using continued medication, right?
Yeah.
That prescribe medications, and they can never drink medication with alcohol. It's for sure
Exactly.
everybody's know about that,
Yep.
and this is a perfect option, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a great option.
Yeah.
I heard about. I don't know if you have these numbers.
Mhm.
I saw some research tell about that only 3% of the population in the world drink no alcohol wines. Do you
Interesting.
think it's low or it's growing? Why you think that's not? Because it's not popular, right? If you go to LCBO, or not say about the liquor store. Let's talk about some retail like other big stores, big groceries. We cannot see a lot of options of no alcohol
Not
wine. We see,
Yeah.
but not too much.
Not here.
Or I'm wrong.
Yeah. Not here in Ontario. Now, I don't have numbers. Forgive me. I wish I was a little bit more prepared. But no, the numbers have definitely gone up. And yes, Ontario specifically is behind in offering these options. The LCBO being the type of organization that it is, they fail in offering non-alcoholic options as well. If you were to take a look at other liquor stores throughout other provinces, for example, in Quebec, they've got a huge selection of non-alcoholic options where there's
See?
a large number of non-alcoholic wines are available. Go to Europe. Oh my God, it's normal to have these options within all grocery type settings, even in restaurants and so on. So
Yeah.
we are behind here, but don't in any way allow that to affect your perception of what's going on in the world, because I feel that Canada's behind. Right now, just now, I will tell you they're starting. Like my business actually boomed more within the US than it did in Canada. Even Canada, it's a little bit behind. So we just need to kind of open up our minds, open up our eyes, open up our palates as well, and just start looking for these options, tasting the options that are there, and then start asking for more. It's time to
Yes.
start as I've said previously, let's start creating the demand. At the local grocery store, let's say Pusateri, where we are right now, okay, where
I
we're
think- I
located.
think-
Let's say Pusateri, they do have a few options. Let's
Mhm.
tell them, let them know.
Yeah.
Let's get Teetotaler Wines in there. No, but again, yes, there are options. Pusateri is one example that I've purchased a few of them from. They've got some good ones there. But even at your local grocery store, the first wines that I tried were the No Name brand, the PC, the President's Choice brand from Loblaws. So yeah, you just need to start somewhere, and then once you open your eyes to this particular industry, you're going to see it is everywhere. It's just you got to start
But
looking.
why do you think like it's happened? Because people there's no information or
Yeah.
never try. Why?
No.
What's the
I-
reason?
I-
what do you think? What the reason
I think
people are
it-
not looking for this? Because if you go to liquor stores, it's always busy, right?
Yeah, but it's a liquor store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's why the people are going there to find some liquor, not
Yeah.
no alcohol, right?
Exactly.
But
yeah.
why people are not looking for these products as the same as business as the liquor store?
It's just these options.
Maybe no information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these
Right?
options were never presented before. And I think for those of us like myself who don't drink alcohol, we've never asked for it. We just assume that there isn't, and we've just accepted that there's this option is not out there, but that's not the case anymore. So now the options are endless right now when it comes to non-alcoholic beverages, not even wines.
And you can imagine it. If you make a meet with many mothers,
Yeah.
because I am mom.
Yeah,
All the time,
exactly.
mothers, okay, go meet and play date with the kids, and the mothers is talking, and never you can imagine it drink wine because I have alcohol. Oh my goodness, my head, the kids is all the time is mess. But now have you one choice,
Yeah.
and then maybe one mom arrange some play date. Oh, I bring the wine. The mom, my goodness, she's crazy. She's bringing the wine.
Yeah.
Oh, but now it's good. I think it's information and with the time, all the people's can see the product is a good, very good product.
Exactly. It's the same as we're here. We're here to talk about veganism. It's the same idea as when that first started, there were no options. What were the options for those that were vegan 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Really nothing.
Exactly,
So it's the
exactly.
same thing. It's the same. I will say I'm not vegan, but there are other areas that I'm gluten intolerant, so I don't eat gluten. So those options were not available to me. Just even a few
Yes.
years ago, it was difficult to find a good loaf of bread. Now we've got more and more. And now you'll find more restaurants taking on these options. And it's just becoming more of a mainstream,
Mhm.
So this is now our turn with non-alcoholic
And,
options, right?
now the people can make better products and bring better choice,
We have
vegan.
we
and
have technologies, right, to
Yeah.
do it,
Exactly.
and even to
Yeah.
spread the information. Now we are talking here in 2 seconds. We are in the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
people are hearing us,
Oh, yeah.
can listen us, and knows about the product. As you said, 20 years ago, it was hard, right, to spread the information,
Exactly.
and now people have more knowledge about
Yeah.
the product they're
And
looking
it's time
for.
to spread good information,
Yeah.
bad information.
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly. That's why I'm not a alcohol people. I drink some beers,
Yep.
but for me, if I grab this one glass of wine, for me it's almost enough for me to get drunk.
Exactly.
I can't. For me, it's a small quantity of alcohol.
Yeah.
It's like I start busy. I don't feel well. I don't
Yeah,
feel good.
it's that I was talking about because before I stay sick.
Yeah.
And I usually drink the wine and the champagne, and all the time 2 glasses is enough. A big mess in my head. Oh, I'm not feeling well. No, no, no. All the time, oh, you can not drink this, but I like it. Don't have the option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Now you have.
Yeah, the mind-altering aspect of alcoholic beverages is the issue here, and there are many of us out there, like for myself, I cannot have it. It just does not affect me well. I don't know if we want to get into that. That'll be another podcast, right? But and there are many
But
of
you
us
can
out
if
there.
you want. Don't
Yeah.
worry. we have time here.
Oh gosh. No, but so that to me, I don't want to consume anything that has that effect. I am choosing to live a life that doesn't, choosing to live a life that I don't consume anything that does alter my mind. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs. I don't smoke weed. I don't, I'm choosing to be as much myself as possible without having to use any type of
Yeah.
mind-altering substance to
Mhm.
escape this. If that's the,
Exactly,
so to
exactly.
say it in the most simplest way, right? So yeah. And now we have options and options that are not.
I can say the
right.
taste, it's amazing. It's not different with
lovely.
alcohol.
No, it is. It's the real stuff.
It's the
Yeah.
real. We cannot say that, oh, there is no alcohol. It's not good. It's not.
Yeah.
Even beer. Sometimes I bought some beers with no alcohol, right? And I can feel the difference. There is no difference. We can easily drink it with no alcohol, any beer or wine now. Then I'm going to start with this one for sure.
Yep. But yeah.
You're gonna buy, next time-
I can say for you, you're not drive.
Yeah, I can't. I'm driving.
I'm driving.
And I can say a very good benefits. No hangover, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can drink
it
the
any time
entire-
of the day.
You can drink all the time of the day. Even
Exactly.
your break time. You're in your work time,
Yeah.
right? During the break, why not?
Yeah, definitely. There's so many.
Definitely, it's a very good
Yeah.
option that the people should try. Should have the knowledge about this one. And I think I'm not. You can tell me. About the prices, are different for with alcohol, or the prices are pretty similar? It's compatible.
Similar.
Oh, yeah?
When you think about it, what we're doing here is we have a product here that is wine, but then going through another process of dealcoholization. So of course it's going to be the similar price. Like for example, and also, with Teetotaler Wines, I'm a little bit of a smaller company. I'm not mass producing my wines. We can get into that a little bit later. But with these, with my wines in particular, they are retailing approximately $25.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Right? So that's an average price for
Yeah.
any other kinds
Yeah.
of wine. I'm telling you because sometimes for us, because we are vegans, right? So for us to find some stuff that is vegan, the price is more expensive,
Yeah.
right? Than if you buy the regular meat.
Exactly.
Regular meat, regular food.
Yes.
Right? So
yeah, definitely.
not-
Same idea.
Not all but it's a little bit more, maybe because the process, right? That's
And the same problem is it's hard to find because
exactly.
it's the same problem. When I go to the stores looking for some wine or some foods, it's hard to find the products.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
because you go to grocery.
Yeah.
That is store, the big one, it's 4 feet, 8 feet for vegan products.
Yeah, exactly. Same as gluten-free, as we were discussing.
Same as
and now
gluten-free.
and
Exactly.
non-alcoholic.
You go, you have many options
Yeah.
for gluten-free, for vegan, for even no alcohol. It's 4 feet for one big grocery.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the thing that you maybe people don't drink because they don't have access.
Yeah.
They don't have knowledge or
Exactly.
the good information. That's why we are here to explain to people we have options.
Exactly.
Right? We
100%.
have the option. If you are cannot eat gluten,
Yeah.
alcohol, if you want to be vegan or we have options
Yep.
and good options.
Exactly.
This one is a very good example.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink more.
Drink.
Take the glass and give
gonna
for
drink.
Chris. Give for Chris. Take
Chris!
it. Pick up the
Oh,
glass.
Jennifer
Pick
brought
up
you a
the glass.
glass.
Pick up there. Pick up there. In the bag have another glass. Bring.
No, later. Later. Yeah, we'll try
You
after.
are okay. You are okay.
He's working. He's not. He cannot drink it. Mhm. So, and about that, we are talking about vegans. Let's say
Yes.
because it's vegan.
It is,
Right?
yes. Teetotaler Wines, they're vegan, they're gluten-free, as well as halal certified.
It's halal certified. Yes. Talk
Yeah.
about this one. Because what makes the wine is vegan? What's the difference? Because if people's asking me, I read because we are vegan, right? We're looking for vegan products for sure.
Yeah.
And people said, no, every wine are vegan. All the wines are
No.
vegan. It's grapes, alcohol. When it's alcohol, that's it. That is nothing that is animal used. But it is, right?
Exactly. Yeah, no, with teetotaler wines, usually, see, I'm not an expert yet. I'm learning about wines and so on, but I do know that many will choose to use animal type products as a fining agent to pick up all the fine particles, I believe, in the wine. I may be wrong, but I think this is correct. So let's say they'll use egg whites, or other types of products. Now, with these particular wines, they are vegan. No animal products have been used as a fining agent, so they are vegan for you. So they're
And halal
Appropriate.
certified
Yes.
also, right?
Yes.
What it means this?
the
Halal
certification.
Yeah, halal
Again, that's a
certified.
process.
That's
So-
during the process, the same
But
thing.
yeah, there's a certain process that to ensure that they are certified halal, which then those that do practice the Islam, that they are able to
Okay.
to
Yeah,
drink
it's
this
good to
beverage.
explain, right, Eric, for the people that vegan, it's not all the wines that are vegans,
No,
right?
Yep,
The most
definitely.
of there, no. I heard something, I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell you that some process they use gelatin,
Yes.
right? in
Exactly.
the
There are a
process.
few options, such as gelatin, egg whites, and so on. I believe it's egg whites. Or egg
Yeah,
yolks.
no, yeah.
But
it's
yeah, so they use it to pick up the particles, and then a little bit of that is left over in the wine, so then will not make it vegan. So depending on how strict you are with it, if you are going 100% vegan, then you need to ensure that the wine that you're drinking doesn't have
exactly. That's good to explain for the
Yeah.
peoples, right? Peoples that doesn't know about the
I know you wouldn't
wines.
think of it.
But yeah, sometimes they don't think it. That's it's like let's drink. We never. I'm telling the truth. Before I became vegan, I never imagined that wine. That's some particulars for animals used in the regular
and
wine.
they have many
right?
brands that don't put in the label. That's
Yes. Because they didn't
Yeah.
think to, but now they should. Again, it's all about education. It's about information. And for those of us now, if we don't see that information readily available to us, we need to start asking for it. It's the same thing with gluten. I'm gluten intolerant. And for years, oh my God, how long it took me to figure that one out, as well as eating products that you wouldn't think gluten was in. Like, for example, ice cream, Ice cream has gluten, which is just, so which really sucked because I was eating, here I was refraining from eating gluten in my pasta, pizzas, and so on. I was doing really well, but then I'll be finishing off my evening with a nice, little, cup of ice cream or whatever, or a bowl of ice cream. And here I was still suffering the, having the food hangover, having the food hangover the next day due to the gluten being in the ice cream that I consumed. So yeah, we gotta start you got to be careful, right?
Perfect. Yes, exactly. So, and the wine is something that we have to looking for something good, looking for something that this one is perfect. It's vegan. It's no alcohol.
Yeah.
And do you think how the people? What are you doing actually for the people who know about this product? Do you go to the media? How do you think? Because here we are doing this podcast, right? We are talking about no alcohol wines, and that's perfect for people. No, but we need to show for more people about this,
Yeah.
right? That they don't have the right information. What do you think that it's missing
I
for the
will
people know
say,
more about options?
if you're not paying attention, you're not really, paying, especially within social media and so on, you may not know it's out there, but it is out there. It's finally getting out there. Like I'm grateful that, first of all, I will say, Instagram has been amazing for
Exactly.
me. That's how it all started.
Mhm.
So I do use Instagram that way by educating those that follow Teetotaler Wines. If they're looking for any information, I do try to provide as much as I can through Instagram, as well as my website. But you'll find now most news media outlets, be it the New York Times, Vogue, you name it, right? Whichever
Yes,
method you will
exactly,
find
exactly.
the
For the people get more this kind of information,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that the people's missing this
Yeah.
information. As I told you, before we started vegan, it's for us it was hard to find the right product.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's
That's the
definitely
thing.
falling into mainstream now. You find the conversations are being had with in all types of communication. Like, for example, actually, Teetotaler Wines was sorry, I'm losing the word, forgive me, but was in the recent Sex and the City reboot, and just like that.
Mhm.
So the character Miranda, who I take over, like I'm a lot like Miranda, which is hilarious. Anyway, she finds herself having a little bit of a drinking problem, and in episode 6, they're all having a picnic,
there,
and they
they
were
show it.
drinking the sparkling rosé.
That's great. You see?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. And they can work and drink it, right?
Yeah,
That's the best part.
Yeah.
The best part is if you will go to make a picnic and the officer come you, it's not a problem.
Yeah, you can go anywhere.
No, exactly,
right?
definitely. Yeah, you
You
can get
can
away
bring
with
to
it.
the beach. You can go to anywhere
Yeah.
with the wine.
Yeah.
And with no problem, with no issue about that.
Yeah.
And you as a woman,
Yeah.
entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and you just start with this amazing company with the amazing wine.
Mhm.
I love it. And what do you have to tell for women's, and especially in this International Women's Day?
Yeah.
And the women's they are always contribute for some great for our community. What's your message for all women that want to start their business or that want to start to change some health style, right? To no alcohol. What's your message that you can tell for
Honestly,
everybody?
just do it. There's just so much information out there now for women to follow whichever path they want to take. I'm grateful that I had this opportunity. Hey, I'm single. I'm a single mom. I took the plunge in creating this company with what I had without having any outside help. And
So
I
you
went
did
for
everything
it.
by yourself.
Everything
right?
by myself. Everything from creating the label, the website, the financing. Everything is
that's
from myself. It still is. I don't have any assistance except for my manufacturer in Spain, who bottles of wine. But other than that, is just me. And I just, for all women out there who are sitting
But
there
that's what
wondering,
tell me, how do you do this? How do you manage your kids, right? How
a
many
lot.
kids do you have it?
I have an adult son. He's turning 22 in April.
Okay.
But yeah, hey, listen, it's hard
But
work.
it's hard, yeah, because you said you are alone, right?
Yeah.
Not, but
Yeah.
you are take your business, you are running your
Yeah.
business. How do you do this?
You just need to listen, You need to find the time. I was recently having a conversation with a friend, a male friend, but we were talking about ambition and talking about how, where I am in my life and so on. And, saying, hey, there are those out there who choose to fill their time with doing extracurricular activities or any activity that might not get them somewhere, right? But for me, I will say this, when I chose to get sober almost 12 years ago, I've been working towards this. I've made every decision that I make and everything that I work towards is to be in a better place than I was yesterday.
Before. Okay.
I'm quite ambitious. I'm goal oriented. 12 years ago, and to be honest, just before I made this decision, 12 years ago, if you were to tell me that I would have this company today, I would not have believed you. But for me, getting sober was everything. I remember, and I will say this because this is that moment. A year into my sobriety, there was just this moment that clicked where I became aware that I was capable. So that moment of saying, okay, I'm capable. If I'm capable of not drinking for 1 year, then I'm capable of anything. So
Perfect.
since then, I've been just on this path moving forward. I decided to go to university. Actually, I double majored in women and gender studies and religion. So, the International Women's Day is quite dear to me. And then I went on to doing my master's in education. And then I decided to return to the construction industry. Just to pursue my career in that, where I started my own business as well. And then I knew there was just something more, that I wanted to do. I've been searching for that thing, right?
Exactly. So before that, you was stuck, right, in something
Up
because
until I quit drinking,
exactly
there was no movement
You were
within my
stuck.
life up until I quit drinking. Let's put it that way. Yeah, that was actually hindering my movement forwards, and then I, this is something that is very passionate with me. Not only was I working in the construction industry, I've worked on and off in the hospitality industry as well. So for 25 years now, I've worked in it as a server, as a hostess, as a bartender. Of course, I left for a little bit when I first got sober, but I did return. And you know what? This is something I'm very passionate about, of bringing this experience back to those of us who don't drink alcohol. For me, as I said, I went many years without having anything good to drink. I would go to, let's say, a fine dining restaurant, order, a lovely meal, and have nothing good to drink with that meal, and it would just ruin the entire experience. I kind of got bored of it, and I just actually stopped going out because of it. Because why would I go out, spend the money I do without having that all-encompassing dining experience?
It's like
right?
something was missing,
100%,
right?
yes.
Something was missing.
When it was something that I was so passionate about before, where I gained so much pleasure from before, was having that really lovely dish, glass of wine, company, conversations,
enjoy the moment.
and so on. But, and I'm sure many out there who don't drink anymore will understand, when you don't have that beverage, when you don't have that connection, it just... it just makes things awkward. For me, it created awkwardness. It created anxiety. I just couldn't do it. I just didn't enjoy it anymore. So what this is all about is bringing back that experience, So I hope for those that do choose to purchase Teetotaler Wines, that they're enjoying it with their favorite dishes, with friends and family. And hopefully soon, there are a few restaurants that are carrying the wines, but it doesn't have to be Teetotaler Wines. It's any type of adult non-alcoholic beverage that pairs well with the dishes that they're creating.
Because imagine how many women in the same situation that you was before.
Exactly.
Right? That try to, or they are avoiding to go outside because they don't have, they feel not part of the group, right?
Exactly.
Because as I said,
100%.
Right? They don't feel part. We are here talk about you are drinking. I'm not. It's like I'm not part of this group. They are rejecting me. So they cannot feel like that. Right? They need to enjoy the moment, and they have options.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, drinking is so normalized, in society now. It's become a part of who we are. It's kind of forced upon us, and it's so normal to drink and not when you don't drink alcohol. So, I can understand completely why someone when they have to refrain from drinking alcohol, get uncomfortable within those social settings where they don't have anything to drink and they have to grab, pop, or they have to grab a glass of water or a bottle of water. Whereas now, we have a nice, lovely glass. You pour a mature beverage in a glass and so on, and you're not going to feel left out just because there's no alcohol in this beverage,
Exactly.
So yeah,
Mhm.
but for me as a woman, this again, let's go back to that. So forgive me, I always like
Yeah.
veer off, but yeah, so this is something that I'm extremely passionate about. I knew that there was something else for me to do, and I've been looking for it. How else can I don't know. There was something missing, right? There was something propelling me forward, and I didn't know what it is up until this point.
This point.
Finally,
Sure.
it clicked in. It was this offering a non-alcoholic wine to, as an option out there. And this is something that I'm truly passionate about. And it just feels right. Like, I feel like I've got where I'm supposed to be here. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be with this particular business. But hey, trust me, there have been moments where I've wanted to give up. There have been moments that are extremely
I
difficult.
can
Don't get
imagine
me
it.
but it's worth it. You just got to push through that. Those moments where I wanted to quit and I was like freaking out with my son, let's say, and he's like, don't worry, tomorrow you'll be fine. And, it was really nice hearing that,
Mhm.
because really the next day, something great would happen, which would then propel me forward even further. So yeah, there's always going to be obstacles, and there's always parts to it that are going to be challenging. But for the most part, this is by far the most fulfilling thing that I have
Yep.
done, other than when I went to university or when I chose to
Yeah, because
get
since
sober.
you said that you stopped with alcohol and
Yeah.
when you founded this company, it's
Yeah.
12 years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
It's 12 years. So during this gap, during these
Yeah.
12 years, you need to prepare yourself.
Exactly. Like, for me, listen, again, it's everyone's experience with alcohol is
Because
different.
it's not something like that
No.
happened. It's no alcohol. So it was 12 years.
Yeah. And I needed to go through a lot during the 12 years. My recovery process, if you like to say it like that, I had to do this. I had to go through what I did. First you being with for me, again, I had to go through certain types of, recovery programs. I used AA. AA was amazing.
Big
It built
helper,
that
right?
foundation that
Mhm.
I needed to begin this process. And then going to university, that was absolutely life-changing. I really needed that to get me to where I'm going. If it wasn't for university, I wouldn't be the person I am today, I don't think. And especially, with again, women and gender studies, having that information in front of me where that information isn't available to me on a daily basis. I'm sure I could go look for it.
Exactly.
But not to that extent. And just consuming all that knowledge has just made me such a better woman for it. And I'm so grateful. I'm much more stronger. I have so much respect for myself now. I love myself, and I feel that I'm worthy of the success that I've gained and the hard work that I've put into with the wines and everything else that I do. So if that makes
Because
sense.
if you look back 12 years ago, right,
Yeah.
and now,
Yeah.
that's a big change in
I'm
your
a
life,
completely
right?
different person.
It's completely different.
I
and
am
much better,
100%.
right?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Perfect.
But I
That's
had to go
awesome.
through what I had to go through to get to where I am now. Hey, I'm still learning. Actually, I've decided, because it's been so long since I've been around wines. Yes, I've served, I've gone back or whatever, but I've lost the connection to wine. I've forgotten what they taste like for the most part. There are certain wines out there that I kind of remember their essence, like a Malbec. I kind of remember what a Malbec tastes like. I kind of remember what Tempranillo tastes like, right? But I've forgotten. So I've actually enrolled for my WSIT training to receive level 1. It's just you have these certain levels that will get me to I don't want to be a sommelier really, but to get the information that I need, because I want to ensure that I have all that wine knowledge again. So I'm working towards that now. So I'm excited for that. So we'll see.
So for now, for the future, what's your plans?
So just right now.
Or you already beat your goals?
No. This is just the beginning.
Just the
let's
beginning,
see.
right?
Yeah, there's just so many things that I want to do and that I want to fulfill. So with Teetotaler Wines, just continuing to expand. Currently, I am in a few markets. I'm available in Canada and the US. I'm also available in the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. As I said, I'm going to now dig deep into wine knowledge to perfect that information and then hopefully kind of bring further information to the consumer. That is my goal. I
Exactly.
like to write. I like to do this, talk to people about non-alcoholic wines. And I want to be a source of information, not just a product, if that makes
And you
sense.
share your experience, you share
Exactly,
your life,
yeah.
everything that's changed in your life. It's
Definitely,
amazing.
yeah.
It's amazing. People need to know about
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To get something that someone that they inspires people.
I hope
Right?
so. That would be lovely. It's as long as I share my story and continue to grow and show to others that it is possible. Like, honestly, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Exactly.
So yeah, and if I do inspire others to do the same, this is what it's all about.
But it's exactly that we need, I think, in these days, because many people look when you hear
Yeah.
and she's so lucky, but don't see what happened in your life.
Oh
What happened
gosh, what
behind
I've
it.
been through.
No, because
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
it's
the
hard
worst part,
because
I think, that-
we have so many
Yeah.
things happen to you, and no one knows, and think, oh, everything is fine, it's glorious.
Yep.
It's not.
They don't understand
It's not.
what I've been through.
And the
Yeah.
other time I say for people that what do you love? Because I think it have a great connection
Yeah.
in this, because sometimes you pass for so hard moments in your life that you think, oh my goodness, it's over. It's
Yeah.
not over.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
not
temporary.
over. Yeah.
All of that is temporary.
And I think women's, it's worse because the
Yes.
society push more the women's, because you need to get a perfect body, you need to be perfect woman, perfect mom, perfect in everything, and it's not. And sometimes you just pretend that she's good, right?
Yeah.
Just to show the society that I'm strong and but it's not.
Oh yeah.
Yes, because
Right.
it's the same when you open something or company or something. The people have two sides. When it is good, oh, it's working. If you fail, oh my goodness, it's all your fault.
Exactly.
Always.
Yeah.
So in these moments, all your friends stay away. Nobody
you know.
talk with you. No,
Yeah.
That
It's
really
just
was
hard.
Yeah,
that
when the
really
struggle
was
is
not your friend,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
not your friend.
No, I understand. I understand it
And
completely.
I look for people like you
Yeah.
with your
Thank you.
experience, because I need to show for another people that there are always a path.
Yeah.
Because the people sometimes in the COVID-19 time is worse for people. Many people's losing our minds, losing our ways, and now.
Mhm.
But heavy people fighting every day and
I
to
know.
win
Yeah.
in
I know.
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, we can do it. As you said, we can do it,
Mhm.
right?
I know exactly what you passing for, because I am immigrant here in Canada.
Yeah.
And many times I pass for so many hard times,
Yeah.
and no one believe me.
Yeah. No, and I can
No,
understand the obstacles that you're facing.
Yeah.
Definitely are
Yeah.
just, I would never understand.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian. My parents are immigrants, so I can get a pretty good idea, and I try to be, as understanding as I can. But yeah, there's so many challenges out there that others don't see, and especially now, through social media and so on, we don't show those challenges.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm grateful for, yes, I went through a lot to get here, and especially those years when I was active in my addiction. But I'm so grateful that I did go through all of that, because I wouldn't be where I am today. So it's kind of cool, really, when you think about it, that something so
Everything
dark
happens for a reason.
Yeah, that's something
Yeah.
so dark and so stigmatized, and something so shunned upon, that I've created not only a business out of, but I'm able to use it to Sorry, I've totally drawn a blank here. Forgive me. This always happens when I'm speaking, publicly.
Don't
But just to
worry.
be able to share my experiences and to inspire others,
Yes.
and yeah, it's hard. It is, but if there's only one, advice that I can give to others, especially women, is just whatever you're going through, even if it's your toughest, is just understand that it's temporary,
Exactly.
and just continue to be hopeful. I think for me, I'm grateful that I've had that conversation with my mother, and she's like, but you had hope. And I think that's true. I think I always, no matter even in my most darkest time, long time ago, I still had that within me, this hope that, something better is going to come along. And if you have that within you, then you can accomplish anything, but we can talk about this forever.
It's amazing, amazing. I need to bring you again for
Yeah.
the next episode to talk about you for your inspiration.
Sure, whatever
Yeah.
anytime.
Yes, you're already invited for the next one.
Thank you.
So I think we had a very good conversation here with
Good.
Daniela.
Thank you
We
for having me. This was
enjoy
great.
so much. I'm pretty sure that everybody enjoys so much here.
Oh, thank you.
And one more cheers for the
Yeah, let's do it.
women,
Okay, cheers.
the
Cheers,
strongest
guys.
woman.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks,
Right.
guys.
Thanks everybody for listening and watching. So keep it posted for the next episodes on YouTube and our Instagram, Green Vibes Podcast. Okay, and see you next time.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.